We're in Canada's largest city, Toronto, and we've got 24 hours. Let's see what we can do.
So we're starting our day today at the St. Lawrence Market, and this market's actually comprised of 3 different buildings. There's the North Market, the South Market, and St. Lawrence Hall. We are in the South Market right now. This is multiple levels. There's a downstairs and then an upstairs. Upstairs, there's a lot of like meat and cheese vendors and some produce, and then downstairs there's a lot more like little places to eat and other shops. So we're gonna wander around, see what kind of delicious nummies we can find.
Local foods.
And yes, try some local food and probably find some coffee. So we got a pea meal bacon sandwich, which is a sandwich with pork that's been...
It's on a country roll, and it's Canadian bacon, which is ham.
But it's specifically pork that has been preserved with dried ground peas. But it's called pea meal.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And we got this from the Carousel Bakery.
Yeah.
There's technically 2 different places to get that upstairs. Carousel Bakery and then Paddington Bakery.
Yes,
and there's a
Paddington.
There's a dopey looking Paddington bear up there. And they recommended putting a honey mustard on this.
That's good.
What's it taste like? Does it taste like peas?
It's pork. I mean, it's a good like salty pork. Would you like to try it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Let's try out this pea meal sandwich.
They recommended it with honey mustard. I think it's really good. I think I would put normal mustard on it.
They also had a maple mustard, but I think that would be really good too. The roll is really soft. It's like a Kaiser roll.
Nice little breakfast sandwich.
And this was like
$9.50. And then we also got a Nanaimo bar. I think that's how you say it. She didn't correct me. So it consists of 3 layers, a base of a mixture of wafer, nuts, and coconut. And then the middle layer is a custard, and then it's topped with a chocolate layer.
Both of these are Toronto specific foods.
Yes. Time to eat this bar. I understand now why it was so cold, because it's like, it's gonna fall apart. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Wow. It's very sweet, but the coconut sets off the sweetness. That custard layer is like pure sugar.
So final consensus on this?
It's definitely unique. It's a little too sweet for my taste, even though the dark chocolate and the coconut help set it off, but I also got a juice. It's beet, apple, and ginger, because I had the flu a week ago and I'm not recovered. So one thing we learned walking around this market is definitely bring cash. Most of the vendors prefer it, if not require it. So bring some cash to this market.
So our second stop of the day is at the tallest structure in the Western Hemisphere, which is the CN Tower, iconic part of the skyline here in Toronto. I recommend buying tickets in advance, number one, because they're cheaper. Number two, it's a timed entry. So we got in right around opening, which is 10 o'clock, and there really wasn't a line, but there's multiple different levels of the tower. We're currently in the main level, which is about 1,150 feet up in the air. And then there's a lower deck that supposedly has glass floors. Hopefully we can see it. And then one higher level that you can pay about $11 more, that's at 1,460 feet above the ground. There is also a restaurant up here that rotates 360 degrees. It's 72 minutes to rotate the whole way. I don't know where the restaurant is. And there's a bunch of cafes up here too where you can get overpriced salads and sandwiches. I recommend going in the morning because I can assume, especially like evening wise, it's probably very crowded up here.
Yeah, push-ups.
It's actually pretty terrifying because you're just looking straight down, but it's not as scary as the edge walk would be, which no way do I want to pay money to walk on the edge outside with just a tether. What did you discover over here?
Oh, there's a glass floor.
So you can look straight down all 1,100 feet.
You and all your millions of friends that are also over there. Oh gosh. I don't like this. We are now in the outdoor section, but it's really like an open air section. There's like the top part of the windows have grates so you can feel the air. There's a breeze. It's cooler in here.
And that heat is cranking inside.
Inside, yeah. It is warm in here.
That's very
I can't
nice.
imagine what it's like in the winter up here though. It'd be freezing. Hi. So now we are at the top, and this is at about 1,400, 1,460 feet.
You can definitely feel it swaying.
Yeah, I feel like you can feel it a little bit. But this observation area is very small. So I understand why they do a separate ticket for it. Yeah, so we did our main ticket at 10 and then this ticket at 11. I think at the time we arrived, we didn't necessarily need that much time in between, but that's what they recommend is about an hour. They have this pendant here, and you can see it rocking back and forth, showing how the building is moving up here in the air. Fair warning, they really cram you into the elevators here. Gotta get the shot.
Oh my ears. Yeah, he's a magnet. Like his hands come together.
Oh my gosh. Is that your new best friend?
I don't know why this exists.
Look at this giant one right here though. So when we got here, there was barely a line. We were like right here. And now the line goes all the way back there. So coming at opening was the right call.
All right, Aubrey, what was your thought of going up on the CN Tower?
I mean, it was cool. It's pretty expensive.
It is expensive. It's really tall. I mean, it's the tallest structure in the Western Hemisphere. I think it was like 45 Canadian per person, somewhere 40s or 50s, expensive.
Yeah.
But I think going up on any structure is expensive. Earlier the better, as Aubrey said.
Yeah, definitely. The line's super long now.
And yeah, it was a cool experience, but it's a one and done kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm glad we did it though.
yeah. So the complex around the CN Tower, there's Blue Jay Stadium, which is cool. You got Ripley's Aquarium, which we're not doing, but cool. I guess they have whale sharks or something in there. And then across the street is the old depot, the train depot, and they made it into a brewery. So let's go check out the brewery. All right, we are at the Steam Whistle Brewery, which is across the street from the CN Tower. They are known for their Pilsner, so that is what we have come here for. So, ooh, that's crisp, refreshing, well balanced. It has a little malt to it. That's really good.
We've now made it over to Casa Loma, so let's go see what's inside.
You may recognize the interior of the house because this is the main hallway that they use in the original X-Men movies. So watch out because Wolverine might be in here.
We're in the study, and there's 2 secret passageways that go off of this room. So we're gonna take the one that goes upstairs. We are now at Casa Loma, which is a house that was built by Sir Henry Pellet in the 1900s. Him and his wife lived here from 1913 to 1923, and there's just a ton of opulence in this house, and also like kind of unique, innovative features that were not common in homes at the time. Like there's a rainfall shower in one of the bathrooms, or there's telephones in several locations throughout the house. Brian mentioned this earlier. This house served as a filming location for the X-Men movies. So yeah, it looks a lot like a castle. It feels like a castle on the inside, but it was a residential home that this guy and his wife lived in. They had a really cool room downstairs called the conservatory, where they have plants on display. Apparently, Sir Henry and his wife loved cultivating plants, so much so that they even had a special vase in their dining room to display celery, because it was apparently very difficult to grow celery here, and he was able to grow it in his greenhouse. They made sure to have their celery on display. The woodworking in here is gorgeous. All the like wood paneling on the walls and carvings. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I definitely recommend coming up here because I think it's a really unique 20th century home. I think that it was built at a very interesting time in history, at like a time of innovation, and it's fun to see that in the house and in the architecture and in the features that it has.
So we just finished walking through Casa Loma, and might I say that it could take you all day here. I think this could be it's at least a half-day attraction, if not more. There's so many things to see. I mean, there's secret passageways and tunnels. I couldn't believe how many movies were actually filmed here other than the X-Men movie, which the X-Men movie uses a lot of the interior, but movies like Chicago or
The Pacifier,
The Tuxedo, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and tons of other things. That was really cool to know that. What did you think of the house?
I thought it was cool. There's a free audio guide too that we downloaded and listened to, but I just stand by what I said earlier. I feel like I haven't seen a home, like I haven't toured a home like this before. I think it's a unique attraction.
So, I know I'm hungry. You're probably hungry.
I'm hungry.
Let's go find some food down in Chinatown.
We stopped into a Michelin star rated restaurant called Mother's, and we've gotten an assortment of buns and a cucumber salad. When we first came in and sat at the table, they brought us a pot of jasmine tea. That's been lovely, and we're starving. We ordered the boiled pork and chive dumplings. We got some steamed barbecue pork and steamed beef buns, and then also a smashed cucumber salad. Now this restaurant is cash or debit only. I'm finding that a lot here. So
In Toronto?
yeah, make sure you have cash or a debit card.
So we've turned off a side road in Chinatown and it brought us to Kensington Market, which I knew was a like bohemian area where there's a lot of vintage shops and stuff like that. But I think it's better explained as being a melting pot. So you can find food from all over the world over here. You got stuff from Japan, you got stuff from Latin America, you got stuff from the Middle East, you got food everywhere. Food from everywhere. There is vintage shops too, so if you're wanting to do some vintage shopping, a lot of those shops close around 6 o'clock. But let's walk around, let's see what this area looks like. Aubrey described this as like grungy Berlin.
But like not in a bad way.
But it's a vibe.
Yeah. We got some takoyaki and some garlic shrimp balls from Takoyaki.
And this is in Kensington Market area.
Yes. They were fresh out of the fryer. Oh my gosh, I can't. Melts in your mouth.
Is it good?
Yeah.
That takoyaki was super tender, lots of flavor, melts in your mouth, falling apart. I do recommend it. I believe on Google it has like a 4.8, so which is really, really high. We're in the Graffiti Alley, and a lot of cities, a lot of bigger cities have areas of town like this, and it's really cool to just walk through here because we know that relatively soon everything might be completely different the next time people walk through here. So it is a living piece of art. Even as we are speaking, there are people spray painting and changing it already.
We are now at the Waterworks food hall, and there's a ton of different small local restaurants in here. It reminds us of the food hall in Nashville, like in terms of the vibe. It's very feels very posh. And I got a very unique ice cream. It's an ice cream made from goat cheese, and it has cajeta in it, which is a caramel that's made from goat milk. So this is just goat all the way, but it's good. It's a really good mix of like sweet and then that bite that you get from goat cheese. So we made it to High Park to see the cherry blossoms, but unfortunately, they're not open yet. Also, we made it in time for sunset, which I'd like to say was intentional, but in fact it wasn't. We've had a very poor experience with public transportation today. We got here later than we wanted to, but now we get to see these beautiful sunset colors. This park is huge. We're gonna walk the entire length of it by the time we're done, I think. We walked past the free zoo in here, and we heard one of the animals in there being like, "Rah, rah."
He was like, I'm cold.
It sounded like Kevin from Up.
Kevin?
Yeah, that's his name I just gave him.
All right, we have to get out of this park before it's completely dark. So let's go. we have made our way to our final destination, which is the Distillery District in Toronto, and we had dinner at Mill Street Brew Pub because it's late and it's the only thing open at this point. And what better way to end our last couple hours here in the city than with poutine. And then I had a beer that was called the 100th Meridian Amber Ale, and it was pretty good. It was supposed to be paired with the poutine. I'm pooped.
We've definitely had better, like, 24-hour days in the city. We had some, not only was the tram delayed, but there was a fire in the metro line. So when we were trying to get out to Casa Loma, we couldn't take the line we needed, and we had to kind of scoot around.
Well, and then it backed up traffic around the city too.
Yeah.
So not the best day for public transportation.
Yeah.
But we did see a lot, and we definitely
did.
got a lot of steps. We are clocking over 27,000 steps, so my legs
Yeah.
are hurting.
I definitely think that, you know, Toronto is a huge city, so we only did like little bitty smattering of things that were pretty touristy.
And we had some good food. We definitely had some good food. I recommend going to the Distillery District during the day.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shops here.
I didn't realize how many shops there were, so I think this would be a nice afternoon, couple hours spot. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I had the flu a week ago. It's still like half dead. It's also, it's been pretty windy and chilly today, so that always
By our
takes it out
standards.
of you. Yeah, I'm sure it's a lovely spring day here in Toronto.
So, if you've been to any of the places that we've talked about today or gone to, put it below. Tell us your favorite. If we missed something, put it in the comments below. And if you like what you saw and you want to see more, click that subscribe button, that bell notification, and we hope to see you in the next one.